All right, so what's good? What's up? So today I'm going to be talking to y'all about travel, getting into traveling, whether that's travel phlebotomy, travel nursing. There's an array of job titles that you can become a traveler on, and I'm gonna go over what the company that I'm with offers with y'all, just a couple of them that people may be interested in. We're also gonna touch on like traveling, how to commute to and from contracts, how to pick contracts, doing your research on a place, housing. I'm gonna be showing you guys like default contracts, like contracts that may have already passed. I'll just blur out like names and stuff like that. So just so you guys can see like a breakdown of what you'll be getting paid weekly as a phlebotomist, because that's what pertains to me, because that's what I do. And yeah, let's just get right into it. Okay, first thing you're gonna need to know, right? And I feel like people see the glamorous part of traveling, but they don't see the behind the scenes version of traveling. You're not always going to get a place you want. You're not always going to get the funnest place. It may be a little town, a community, a small town. I'm a big city girl. I'm from LA. I've lived in Las Vegas. Like, I'm a big city girl, okay? I've spent summers in St. Louis. Like, I'm a big city girl. So getting used to small places like Roseburg, Oregon. So sometimes as a traveler, you're going to have to pick a contract based on how much it's paying, where is it centrally located, and the neighborhood. Okay, these are the three things that you want to be researching. Researching location, the actual place you're going to be working, because you're not always going to get housing in the place that you're going to be working, because there might be a housing shortage, which we're going to touch on, and pay. So for me, when I originally started looking and I got a recruiter, I was lucky enough to know somebody who already travels that had, you know, a recruiter already, that they established a great relationship. He then passed her on to me, and we've established a great relationship, and it just works. So in looking at those is kind of what that money, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, that money made my decision for me. I said, sign me right now. So after we had our conversation, she said, this is what I need you to do. She sent me a laundry list of stuff. I'll try to put this stuff right here if I can. Get a screenshot of my traveler's portal. I'll put it here. But there was a laundry list of things that I had to do. I had to get my COVID vaccine. I had to make sure I had my TB test that was current. I had to get DTaP, whatever it's called, that vaccine. I had to get my influenza vaccine. I had to get a physical. I had to get, I just had so much to do. My license was about to expire. I had to do that. I had to do a tax residency form for my home bases. I had to do a lot of shit. It was like 29 things, a drug test. And they kept fucking my drug test up. So it was a laundry list of shit. It was like 29 things that I had to do. And I was doing those things up until the day I left for Oregon, my first assignment. I was like, what the fuck? So my advice is to get those things done as quickly as you can. And I'm gonna show a list here, because I cannot go over each and every one of them with y'all, but I'm gonna show you a list here. So my next advice to you is to pick a start date and do everything working towards that to stick to that start date, or within that week of that start date. Don't keep pushing it back, or you'll never start. That's just that on that. Next, research. I fucked up. My first contract, I did not do my research at all. I didn't look up the place. I didn't look up the hospital. I didn't look up anything. I was just like, Okay, say Oregon, Roseburg, Oregon. That's where I'm going, Roseburg, Oregon. I didn't know anything about the town. The town, horrible. Homeless people everywhere, okay? The hotel options, minimal. No housing, okay? Like, just thinking about that contract gives me a headache. Just a headache. So, yeah. Make sure you do your research on your place. When I say research, I mean research it for real. Take your house. Okay, so now you're to the point where you're going down your list. You have a start date, right? You're like, I'm choosing. You go through your contracts, and this, I'm gonna show y'all a brief somewhere on the screen of what they will look like, right? So your recruiter sends you an email. Here's these list of places. Here's what's open. Here's what's available right now. Where do you want me to submit you to? Because they're going to submit you to all of what you choose, right? And then whoever hits first or picks you up first, they'll call you. Maybe they'll do a phone interview, possibly, or they just want to get to know you real quick over the phone. They want to introduce their hospital to you and their core value, and then boom, they're like, be here on this day, right? Do your research. Before you even sign your contract, do your research. Look up the hospital's name. Look up the reviews on the hospital. Look up surrounding cities. Look up the crime rate in surrounding cities. Make sure that you're not 3 hours away from any type of like stimulation as a regular human being would want. Like, make sure you're not away from every possible thing. In Roseburg, I was away from everything. Like, there was no mall, there was no Target, there was no shopping center. There was one Walmart, one Walgreens, and a whole bunch of McDonald's and Taco Bells, and that was it. That was it. I'd go 3 hours just to be in something or around something that I was familiar with, which was a pain in the ass, being my first contract in a place I'm unfamiliar, trying to get acclimated with traveling, a new traveler, and boom, here I am smack dab in this little town, and I don't know nobody, and I don't know where I'm going. What? Shell-shocked. Don't do that to yourself. It made my contract longer. It made my experience terrible. Don't do that. This contract, I did my research. I found me a house. I knew that the closest mall in like nightlife or like livelihood or like things I was used to was only 45 minutes away from where I was living. My job is 45 minutes the other way. I knew I was going to be in an area where I was comfortable. The house was nice. The crime rate was super low, and the town was friendly, right? In Roseburg, that was not the case. So after you're like, okay, yeah, this is where I'm going, this is where I choose, look up housing. Housing is going to be where you get a little discouraged. As a traveler, listen to me, okay? I'm telling y'all the stuff that nobody's going to tell y'all. I'm trying to put y'all on game, okay? So as a traveler, you want to get your computer. Right? Or you want to get your phone, right? And you want to look up Furnish Finder, Flipkey, Airbnb, and you also want to get if you don't have Facebook, you want to get some type of social media networking so you can get into these groups. I found this house. I seen it listed on Facebook, but you had to go to Furnish Finder for it. So I went on Furnish Finder and I emailed my landlady, and I, told her my dates and and we figured it out. Unfortunately, in this house, my last 2 weeks of my contract, this house won't be available. I have to be out of here for the last 2 weeks, but I'm going to get a hotel that's really close. But I have hotel rewards. Get on these reward programs, okay? You might have to get a hotel where you go. Look up the hotel's reviews, okay? Look up the hotel's reviews, please. The hotel I was at, I was fortunate enough that it was comfortable enough for me the rest of my time in Oregon. But if that hotel was not available, I'd have been fucked, because I wanted to be at the Comfort Inn, but I couldn't because it was booked up with travelers. All the travel nurses from the hospital I was at in Oregon was staying at the Comfort Inn because it was 2 minutes up the road. The Super 8 that I had to go to was not a kitchenette. It was just the one room, no living room. Like the Comfort Inn had a living room, a washer dryer inside. It was kitchenette. Like it had so much stuff in this little town. But the one I had to go to ended up being, it was just bad. Do your research on housing before you sign a contract. Do not lock yourself into a contract without having housing established first. So let's talk about this too real quick. So as a traveler, there are some states that are gonna require that you have their state's licensure. So I have an NHA and I have an NHA and I'm working on getting my California licensure. So California, hold on, because I have the list. I have Nevada already, but Nevada, Washington, Louisiana, Illinois, and California. Those 5 places require you to have a licensure. Every video that I've ever watched on YouTube about traveling, nobody's ever talked about a licensure that you need to have. I've seen a phlebotomist that's here on YouTube that was talking about her contract in California. She got her licensure in California because she was from California, and that's where she got her NHA from. So it came with her licensure, or she applied for it through her job, her first job, got her licensure with them. These places, I didn't know Nevada was a place that you needed to have a separate licensure from your NHA certification or your CPT certification. I didn't know that. But it's right here on email. And I'm screen recording it, so I'm gonna show y'all. So you wanna have that. Like, you just have to be willing to go looking for them. Housing is gonna be the biggest hurdle. Trying to travel, housing is going to be your biggest hurdle. Like that, housing will discourage you. I'm not gonna lie, like housing almost discouraged me from going to Oregon, but I didn't let it discourage me because how much money it was paying. So back to the dollar amount of what you're gonna be getting paid. I've seen travel phlebotomists get paid anywhere from $900 a week to $1,500 a week. $1,900 a week, $2,000 a week. I'm gonna be very candid with y'all right now. This contract that I'm on right now, I'm getting like 14 after taxes. I'm probably getting 1,400, maybe 1,380, 1,390 a week. My last contract, I got 1,450 or 1,350 a week. This one is like, I don't know if it's 13. My contract itself says 1,450 a week. But that's after, like, before like my medical expenses and stuff comes out, which isn't a lot, honestly. So it's still in the 14s of what I make. I know another traveler that was making like almost $2,000 a week somewhere else. So, you know, it's all over the place. But for me, when I choose my contracts, I choose based on how many weeks or money, how much is paying. I will not take anything under 1,200. How many weeks is going to be, and where is it, and how far away is it from me or my current location where I'm at. So other than that, I showed y'all everything. That's basically it. I'm gonna keep it really real with y'all right now. I'm sitting in front of this window for natural lighting, and I got the window open too because it was getting hot, but now it's getting cold because it's probably like 20 degrees out here right now, and it's very much getting zesty. Not zesty, it's giving frostbite. So yeah, that's really it. Traveling is possible no matter what you have going on, what you got going on, where you come from, how many kids you might have, if you're married, if you're not married. Traveling is possible for everybody. You just have to make traveling a part of your new normal and make it your like the dynamics have to match, if that makes sense, from your home basis to what is on the road. And financially, if you can afford to pick up and go ahead and go, do it. You won't regret it. Like, I get to experience so many things. Like, I wish I had my keys in here because I can show y'all. Like, we've been to Oregon, St. Cloud, which is in California, but we've been to California before, but I've never been that high up north in California. We've been to Oregon, St. Cloud, Utah, Wyoming, South Dakota, North Dakota, now Minnesota. I can't wait to see where we're gonna go next. Like, I can't. And that's 7 places. Like, that's the experiences that I've had on the road. Even though it started off rocky, I wouldn't change it for the world, because my first contract, I feel like it was meant to be a learning experience for me. And that's exactly what it was, because now this contract, things that I did then on that first contract, I don't do on this contract. And I'm so much happier, and these are so much easier, and it's so much better for me. So yeah. Like I said, if y'all have any questions, comments, concerns, anything that I didn't touch on, like if you're a person that's new and wants to inquire about traveling, or you're interested in something and you just don't know, if I don't know, I know a couple of travelers now. I can ask them for you if that's something that, you know, is aligned with what they may be going through or what they're experiencing. If you have questions, ask them. But yeah, don't let anything hold you back. If you want to do it, do it. If it's for you, it'll be for you, and no man can stop it. So yeah, y'all like my ponytail? Y'all like my high pony? But yeah, so that's it. That's that on that. And like I said, if y'all have any other questions, ask them down below in the comments. Let's talk about it. If you want to travel, do it. Do it. Set you a start date and do it. Stop holding back and put yourself in a new tax bracket. Okay? Stop holding back and put yourself in a new tax bracket. Okay? All right. So I will see y'all later. And anything I didn't touch on, we can always talk about it. You know, like, let's have a healthy conversation down in the comments. All right. Well, I'm gonna go right there. Okay. Peace out.